Hi everybody, welcome back to Animal Crossing Every Day. You and me together at last are playing Animal Crossing. The greatest team of all time, the greatest friendship. It's us, it's you and me. Together we can do anything we want. And the thing we want to do is play Animal Crossing every day. What an achievement! We could have built a boat, we could have built a car, but no. We're not building anything except for dreams and memories. That's what we're building. We're building memories of Animal Crossing every day, and those memories are to be treasured forever, I think. So on we go with the show. Hi. It is good to see everybody. I can't physically see you, but I assume you're all there. Hang on a minute. Hector. Hi, my peeps. Hector here reporting for Finkla News. I've buried the greatest treasure ever in one of the A acres. Go find it. The A acres. Well, I guess I'm going to have to go and find it. Let me see. Okay. We will do that in a second. Look at all the fossils I have that I didn't bother to post yesterday. What a fool I was. What a fool. Fool I was, fool I remain. That's the catchphrase that everybody's very familiar with. You know, I don't have to tell you all about the catchphrase that you understand. But I want to talk about some stuff today. I want to use today's show as a way to like pitch something, okay? Because you know, TV executives these days are busy. They don't always have a good way to get in touch with the people. So I'm like, I know what I'll do. I'll do an episode of Animal Crossing where I make a pitch to somebody. You know, we have a special offer there in a stunning cabin armchair. There's always a wide variety of other items as well. Why not stop by? I know why. We don't need this one. We can throw that away. We need to get some gosh dang paper up in this house. What is this? This is a bongo drum? Hawthorne bonsai. We don't need that. Oh, here's some papers. But can we... We can't lift the paper. Look at this. Look at this wizardry. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. So, yes, I wanted to write an episode of a TV show. And I thought this would be a good place to kind of pitch it. Because people these days, they're too busy to read stuff. You know, TV executives, they don't have time to read. But if I pitch them my idea, like on this show, they'll be able to listen to it while they're, you know, at the gym or whatever. And then they'll be like, wow, what a great idea for a TV show. You're in. We're going to purchase your show, you know. Well, it's not a show. I wanted to write an episode of an existing TV show, you know. Like a while ago, I wanted to write an episode of is this it? Is this the one in the A acres? Did we find it? No, we got a fossil. I wanted to write an episode of The Simpsons because I'm a big fan of The Simpsons. And then I realized that The Simpsons has moved on, right? The Simpsons has been on TV for so long that, like, I like this episodes of The Simpsons in the 90s, as a lot of people do. And now they're so far away from the 90s, it's kind of silly and ridiculous. It's not the same at all, you know. And so I feel like me writing for The Simpsons would just kind of be out of date. I wouldn't know what to do. I don't know what any of the jokes would be, you know. Oh, Bart gets addicted to heroin. They're not gonna like that. But that was my main joke. It doesn't sound funny now. You'd have to see the whole episode, you know. So I thought, let me try something else. Let me try to pitch something else, right? That would be pretty good. And I have this show. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's a television show called Family Guy. You might have heard of it. You might not have heard of it. It was a big deal in like 2005, right? It was one of those shows that was cancelled and then brought back and then cancelled again. And now, funny enough, whenever people wanted to be cancelled, nope, can't get rid of Family Guy. No, sir. Good Lord, you can't get rid of Family Guy. And I've tried. Oh, how I have tried. Really did. I wrote somebody letters to the man. I said, can you stop with the Family Guy? And he wouldn't. He wouldn't stop with the Family Guy. So I thought, all right, the way to counteract that is to write my own episode of Family Guy. It's the only option. That way, it'll be funny again in my head, right? I mean, really, I have the same problem with Family Guy as I do with The Simpsons, in that I haven't really watched an episode of Family Guy since like season 4. Well, I've probably seen episodes, but I just don't like it. You know what I mean? Like, I know I don't like it, so not interested in the Family Guy. But I thought, all right, let me try to write an episode. Let's see. It's partly because I wanted to write an episode, but partly like a challenge, right? Let's see if I can write an episode of Family Guy that's appropriate for the people. So I think I can do that. And if you guys would be interested in listening, Seth Macfarlane, if you're listening, which I assume you are, because why wouldn't you be listening to this? What the fuck else are you doing, right? Seth Macfarlane, I'm going to pitch you an episode of Family Guy, so get ready. By the way, if anybody knows Seth Macfarlane, send this video to him, and he's gonna hear. I don't want to say it's the greatest episode of Family Guy ever. I think that's hyperbole. We don't know till it's storyboarded, right? But I think it's pretty good, right? So here we go. Here's my Family Guy story pitch episode story. Okay, so Peter Griffin is in his house, and he's like, right? That's what he sounds like. Okay, bear with me. That's what he sounds like. I'm Peter Griffin, right? That's what. By the way, everybody's in this episode is probably going to sound like this. Bear with me. So, I'm Peter Griffin, right? And then he goes to his job at the biscuit factory, and he sees his friend Pemberton. No, he gets a phone call from his friend Pemberton saying that his friend Pemberton, who he used to go to college with, is coming to stay with them for a while. And he's like, oh, my friend Pemberton? That's really cool. Right? Because that's what he sounds like. So he's like, oh. He goes home, he tells his wife and his children, oh, my friend Pemberton's coming to town. Right? And then his wife, Peter, we don't like Pemberton. And he's like, wow, Pemberton. Peter, there's no place for Pemberton. Right? So this goes on for like 20 minutes because that's a good way to fill an episode. So anyway, Pemberton comes to town. And Peter likes him, but the rest of the people don't like him. And he stays in their house. They have like a spare room in the house. The baby has to sleep with the dog or whatever. And the dog sleeps in the dog house. So the baby has to sleep in the dog house. For anybody who thinks that that's like child abuse for letting your baby sleep in the doghouse, it's not a real show. The baby isn't real, so it's not abuse of a baby because the baby is fictional. So the baby's like, oh no, because he thinks he's really smart, right? So everybody's really suspicious of Pemberton, the new character. Nobody really likes Pemberton, but Peter's like, Pemberton, remember the time? Remember the time we used to go fishing? And then it does a smash cut to them just sitting by a river fishing. There's no joke to that. There's just them fishing, you know. But it lasts for like an overly long time. So I guess that's the joke. Is that nobody expected it? Anyway, so everybody's really suspicious of Pemberton, right? I gotta put some of this stuff away. It's gonna be a really long episode, but I gotta explain the whole Pemberton thing. So everybody's really suspicious of Pemberton, but Peter and him get on very well, and then they're like, well, maybe if Peter and Pemberton get on really well, we should just let them, be together, you know. But the baby's like, oh, I don't want that. So he invents a machine that lets him look through the door of Pemberton's house or room, whatever. Where does he live? In the room? Yeah, he lives in Stewie's old bedroom, the baby's bedroom. So Stewie, the baby, invents a machine that lets him look through the door of the bedroom. He could have invented a camera that he could put in the bedroom, but he didn't. He invented a machine that looks through a door, and then he sees Pemberton's terrifying secret, right? And then he's like, wait, what voice does a baby have? Oh, I'm a baby. Right, that's what he sounds like, isn't it? Oh, I'm a baby. So that's the baby. He's like, oh, I found out his terrible secret. Oh, I'm a baby. So he tries to tell the dog the secret, but a series of mishaps prevent the baby from telling the dog what Pemberton's secret is. So then Peter and Pemberton are out at a baseball game, and then sorry, Mitzi's saying some stuff I don't appreciate. I'm gonna have to stop her from saying this and get her to say something else. Please, Mitzi. I'm in the middle of a pitch here. Can you help me out? Say something nice. Just over Tom Nook's store. Ask him if he can help me this carpet Sahara had. Turns out he can't buy Sahara's carpets at Tom's shop. He just can't get his paws on them. Okay. Oh, I made her sad. Well, she's not that sad. So Pemberton and Peter are at the baseball game, and Peter's like, "Remember the last time? Wait, remember the last time we went to a baseball game?" And then Pemberton says, "Yes, I do remember that." And then they just sit there in silence for a little bit, so they don't do the smash cut. So anyway, the baby is like, where's oh wait, I'm a baby, I'm the baby, where is Papa? Oh, where is Papa? And then the mother's like, hang on, that actually sounds like him. Oh, Peter, they're all for the baseball game, right? So the baby's like, oh no, at the baseball, oh no, at the baseball game. They're in the show. They're gonna do the voices better than this. Hang on, give me a second. Tell me, Gwen, when I first came, there was nothing. The emptiness saddened me, and I bent my will to planting flowers. Is this village not better for my efforts? In the farmer. Okay, cool. So they're like, the baseball game. So they have to go really quickly to the base. They all have to go and get to the baseball game, right? To stop Pemberton, so that they can tell Peter his deadly secret. And then, so the baby's like, why don't we get? Oh, we gotta take the car. But then they're like, Peter took the car. The baby's like, I know what to do. We'll take my tricycle. Because he's got a tricycle, right? He's a baby. But the tricycle's not going to get to the baseball quick enough. So the baby's like, I've got an idea. I'll get us to the baseball quickly. So what he does is he puts like a leash on the dog and then ties that to the front of the tricycle. And then the dog pulls the tricycle while the baby like pedals the tricycle, and then all of them family are on the tricycle. So the baby's pedaling, and then the mother, and then the son and the daughter are on the tricycle as well. Even though I've kind of like neglected them this whole episode because they don't need them, right? So they're all on the tricycle, and they pedal towards freedom, and they get to the baseball game. And then Pemberton's like, "Hey, you want a hot dog? You want beer?" Peter's like, "I love a hot dog and a beer. Remember the time I ate a hot dog and a beer?" And it cuts to him at like America's Got Talent, and he's like, "Hey everybody, I'm gonna eat a hot dog and a beer." And he eats a hot dog and a beer, and then they all like buzz him. Wait, in America's Got Talent, is it good when they buzz him or is it bad? You give him the X, right? That's bad, right? So they all buzz him like it's a bad thing. And he's like, oh, I thought I was good, but it turns out I was bad, right? So then it cuts back to them at the baseball stadium, and the Pemberton's like, yeah, it was a good memory there, Peter. Real good. Let me just go over here. And then he goes, but then he steps on the, like, somebody put a banana skin on the steps of the baseball field, so he slips and he like falls, comically falls like all the way. He hits like every step. He goes all the way down. He really fucking hits every single step. Like, there's a couple of shots, like, really close up, brutal shots of his face getting when it hits the steps. He rolls all the way down, and then he falls over the barrier. The crowd barrier, and then falls onto the field, and he's in bad shape. And so the people are like, oh, I gotta take Pemberton to the hospital. So then they go to the hospital. And the baby gets to the baseball field, but then they realize that they needed to go to the hospital. So they go to the hospital. And then Peter's like, oh, Pemberton's dead. And they're like, oh, that's a shame. Really sorry to hear that. And Peter's like, oh, well, better luck next time. And he shrugs his shoulders and looks into the camera. And then that's the end of the episode. The credits play. And the theme music plays. And that's the end of the episode, right? And then also... So that's the end, and they never get to reveal what the Pemberton's secret was. They said that it was a big deal, and we never get to see what the actual secret is. So that's part of the joke too, and that's it. That's you introduce a new character called Pemberton, and you could market him. You could make a little doll of him or whatever, and then also. He gets killed at the end of the episode because people don't like it when they introduce new characters, so I think that's boring. So you get Pemberton, but then he goes away at the end of the episode. It's perfect. It's the best Family Guy episode, right? So Seth Macfarlane, what do you think of that? Again, you can do the voices yourself. I don't think I did the voices justice in this pitch, but that's just for like to fill in. You know, you would do the voices yourself. Somebody pass this on to Seth Macfarlane. We'll get this show on the road. It'll be the greatest episode of Family Guy you've ever seen. We'll bring it back to the heady heights it used to have whenever it got cancelled the first time. Anyway, that's my pitch of the episode of Family Guy. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. I really appreciate it. I'll be back again tomorrow, where I probably won't do this again. We'll see. Maybe I'll make up another TV show. We'll see. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys soon. Goodbye.